So, big day, right? We've been having conversations for a long time about what to do with all of my not safe work ASMR that I've made over the past couple years. And I was wondering, should I lock it behind membership? Should I unlist them? But then YouTube came along and kind of made the decision for me. YouTube came along and handed one of them a community guidelines warning, which is good that they have the pretty brand new system for the warnings. So no change or sort of penalty was applied to the channel. They just gave me a little bit of a wag of the finger. And I always thought in the past that essentially in the past I had read the community guidelines and I thought that the ASMR was kind of just skirting the line, like it was pushing it, but not actually in direct violation. But then reading them again, I think with this new policy, they may have updated them, because under the new policy, I read a section that is like very, very clearly stating to not do exactly what we had been doing. And I really felt the immediate sense that like, now was the time. I kind of wanted to get rid of all that stuff for a long time, because even though it was all great and I had a lot of fun doing it, I realize now, or at least I've said this before, but for anyone who, is not here normally, I realize now that I think what I enjoyed the most about that sort of content was the high that you get from all of those positive comments. And, me as a chronic people pleaser with a lot of mental stuff to sort out as far as that goes, I felt as though my own boundaries for the longest time didn't matter, and that I should do whatever people asked of me. And I did that for a long time. And together we did manage to make a lot of really, really good stuff together. As far as not safe for work stuff goes, they were pretty damn good. The characters were a really big part of people's perceptions, and people loved, writing fan fiction about those characters. People loved so much about what we made. And it's a shame that such a huge portion of what we made together had to go. But in a sense, I am happy now that that chapter of my life is well and truly over. And truthfully, I think that something that I felt on looking at, after deleting the VODs, looking at the ASMR playlist and seeing back-to-back like ones that I'm really proud of and very happy about, was really comforting to me. Because even though I know a lot of you loved the very not safe for work ASMR, I would always feel a strange sense of shame, when I looked at them, because I knew kind of deep down that it's not something I ever really truly wanted to do, rather something that I felt like was, that was my charge. I felt like I'd been employed to be the hot one, and that the hot one had to do all of this in order to make sure that, every member of Luxium is attractive as hell, but you know what I mean. With a voice like mine, and with that kind of personality sort of, expected of me, I didn't know how to say no a lot of the time. But I'm glad, because all of you have been amazing. And there's something that I really, really want to say and to be thankful for, is the fact that for a long time I had thought about doing this, but I was very afraid of the backlash to, moving on from such a huge part of my life. But, and for a long time I had wanted to do this, but didn't, because I was afraid of what you would say and what people would do. But today, I was overwhelmed, stunned by just how understanding you all were. I actually couldn't believe it. I don't think because I'm like a terrible, I read YouTube comments, I look at tweets, I look at quote retweets, and it's not good for me, but I do it. And when I did it today, when I tweeted about this, I didn't see one single negative comment directed at me. I didn't get any weird Streamlabs angry at me for not putting them up elsewhere or giving more warning. Everyone understood. Everyone was patient with me. And I am so happy. I am so so thankful that I feel like now I finally really, really have an audience that I can trust 100%. For so long, I felt like I was a yeah. I've made the sort of the comparison before. I kind of felt like a theme park attraction with a coin slot, and now I really truly feel like I'm my own person, and I can do the kinds of things that I've always wanted to do with this experience, and I can be the kind of artist I've always wanted to be. And I am really, really happy. I'm incredibly happy that not only was this choice made for me, not only was this choice made for me, and some of the difficulty in that was taken away from me, but also the response to it was overwhelmingly understanding. Yes, it's okay to be upset. If you enjoyed that content, you weren't wrong for doing so, and I'm glad that I could have made something that connected with you. I am just very happy that the resounding consensus seems to be we're sad they're gone, but we understand. And I am eternally grateful to you for taking something I've been so sensitive about and making sure that you knew I was going to be okay too. I appreciate that so much. とてもいいような夜だけどどよめききらめきと君も